Yo, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to another day of me sitting here programming for hours on end. Let's just jump straight into it. If my hotkeys will work. There we go. There we go. Let's move this around a bit, shall we? I hate how my fucking camera gets repositioned every single time I put it back on. Oh well. Alright. So, I've fixed the issue with the slider and like the clicking and all that kind of stuff, so things are feeling pretty good now. Now, yeah, let's just get stuck back into the world generation. So, I hope this volume level is decent. It feels a bit loud to me. Can't even hear myself think. Oh my god. Seems really quiet. It's a bad thing about not live streaming. Don't have the live feedback of whether the volume's good or not. Yeah, should be fine. Might even be too quiet now. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so, what I was doing yesterday is basically doing some world gen stuff, and I wanted to control the parameters of how the world's getting generated. So I made this little slider thingy, which is just, you know, nice little debug UI thing. Now, as we change this, it's going to change like how much flint spawns in, right? But the thing is, it's kind of like changing the, every single time we step down, it changes the positions, and it's because, I think it's because we've got, let's full screen that. Let's get straight into the zone, mate, right into it. Today should be a pretty big day because we're I'm starting at 8:30 this time, so should have a lot more hours in the day today. Yesterday I started at like what, like fucking 12 or something. So generate world. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so what's happening here is this needs to be happening with every single random offset. It needs to happen for every single one of them. Otherwise, it'll hit the continue here, and then this won't get called. Therefore, it won't like. It'll be different depending on how many we go through. I don't know if that makes sense, but let me show you. Let me show you. So now, when we change the threshold, it'll literally just stay the same. So that's everything, right? That's like no flint threshold. Almost like need to fucking full screen this, eh? I mean, we can actually full screen this. So that's none, and then we just like slowly increase it, and it cuts away at what we've got here, right? So we bring it up to something like that. And that seems like a decent value, 0.7. We can just randomize the seed a bunch to see what's going on. Yeah, feels balanced enough. So we'll change that to 0.7. Now, how are we going to commit these results? I feel like we just changed the defaults, right? We made like a world gen parameters in here. So the flint threshold was saying like 0.7 is the default. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that yet. We have to tune these as well. So there's a bunch more we've got to do. So flint interval, just copy all these. And then just paste them in like that. Cool. So we've got the flint interval, which is like the spacing between them, right? Flint interval. Now, ideally we'd want to like get some kind of auto values for this, like auto range, but figure that out later on. So we'll just go 4 to 100, I guess. Call this flint interval. And basically what I want to do is like, what we're going to do is we're also going to return the signal with this. That way we can check. Another amazing thing about Gyre, multiple return values, and it just does them really well. Like, it basically just sneakily, behind the scenes, takes this and makes it a an in parameter, right? But we've got the clean syntax of just being able to do this. Sig. There we go. Also, I have to update to the latest Gyre version, and that'll give us even better syntax for this, which I read from the notes from the changelog that old mate J-Boy sent out. Yeah, so we could basically do that and then say after each of these, like we could check if sig dot dragging, then changed equal true. Changed will. We could just do that each time. And then like if changed, then world. There we go, world reset, something like that. Reset world. How am I doing this? Yeah, just literally clear the world in it. That animal function. World reset. Cool. So now when we change the which the max entities, clearly not doing it right. I get the feeling that it's resetting straight away. Something fishy is happening. Well, these two are... Oh. I gotta change that. An interval, there we go. That's one. Oh, we changed the interval down to 0.7. That's what was happening there. Oh. Yeah, this has been changed down to 0.7. Okay. Enough shenanigans. Enough shenanigans, mate. None of that shit. So, now, whenever we change this, you would think the world would reset, but apparently not. Oh, because I commented it out, of course. Sweet. So, change this. It'll change the interval. Space it out more. Could shrink it down. We shrink it down, and then we could increase the threshold. You get rid of that fucking goblin. He's so annoying. Pissing me off. Gob. Where is Gobby? I have so much just fucking random stuff in here. Spawn. Gobby. False. Gobby. How can I move you upwards? There we go. No more Gobby. Yay! The world is saved from his tyrannical reign. Okay. Yes, we can just visualize it like that. Easy win. And then make... Yeah, it like moves it out. Like you can see it spacing itself out. And then we crash. That's just crashing because we got too much entities. Okay, so that's a decent way of doing things. Decent, decent, decent. I'll take it, mate. I'll take it. Alright, so what else do we want to change? We want to change... I need a better way of doing this, but we'll figure that out in a second. We'll refactor this. st.worldjam. I'm going to change the persistence. And it's going to go from 0 to 1, I'd say. We'll see. Now, how do I want to go about this? Well, it should be fine. We should just be able to do the exact same thing of like seeing if the signal changes. And then we'll do the same thing for the octaves and the frequency. Octaves and frequency. And now I'm going to change the octaves to be a int slider. Slider int. Should just be like very similar to the float, but we'll just truncate it. Current, min, max, name. Now, we're just gonna fucking copy it, who cares? Who cares? Alright, so... Slider mouse alpha. We just cast it to a float, I guess. Or cast it to an end. Once we're done with it. Slider val. I guess. So that should just work. Nope. Oh, we gotta change the range. So back here, we want it to go up to something like, let's say, 16 octaves. From 1 to 16. I don't know what 0 would look like. 0 would probably just give you nothing, right? Yeah. Cool. So 1 to 16, and then the frequency... Let's go from 0 to 2. See what that's like. Okay. So that's everything. Now what we need is another way of visualizing this. That fucking tooltip is really starting to annoy me. It's also just hard to see the flint. I'm gonna have to fix that. Draw background. False. Just do that. Which will be like... How am I gonna do that? I basically just want to get rid of the background so I can see this more clearly. Tell you what I could do. Jesus, I accidentally exited out of the config. That's not what I wanted to do. I could literally just go into the generate.mdesk and pull a sneaky by doing this. Much better. I can barely see my head. Alright. I need to fix the proportions of this. Like, it just doesn't feel right. I kind of want to have it like this for testing, just so I can see the console. That's too big. I like that to be like in a little window down the corner or some shit. Anyway. Now that we've got that view, let's play around with it. So, let's change the flint interval to be something like, something pretty low. Bump up the threshold all the way to 0. I also want to change the randomness. That's another thing. I'm gonna need to make this more robust in a sec. Random offset. I guess we'll call you. Should go from 0 to whatever we want. 20, I guess. Okay. And we will put you right in here. Gen.random offset. Cool. Alright. So persistence. No, flint down to 0. Threshold down to 0. Increase the interval a bit. Reduce the random offset so we're uniform. This is a pretty cool visualizer. Alright, now we can do stuff. So, first we need a bit of a threshold just so we can like see what the noise is going to look like. So we'll pick something like there, I guess. The octaves will... Yeah, I really need more fine-tuned control of this. Like, just giving it one octave, I guess, will give us, like, the exact... So let's do that. Persistence. What does this do? Not seeing a whole lot of anything, really. Except for a crash, of course. Which is great. That's what you want. Why did that shit the bed? World init. Am I using the persistence? Oh, it's changing the amplitude of things. For the next octave. So that's why it's not having an effect. Now, why did that crash? That's what I want to know. It said something to do with the box stuff, which is interesting. Anyway. Jeez. Let's not make that crash. Let's just throw a scream in the console. Where is that? It would be in create entity. So instead of an assert, we're basically going to go log, or if en is equal to is equal to null, then log error there we go. Now that'll just we also got to return this. Return. Do we have a nil entity? Yes, we do. I wonder if that will crash us. I guess it's a good time to find out. Track that down at 0. What do we got? Not crashing? Yes, it is crashing. Okay, nice. What is happening here? I think that's an unrelated crash. That was just because we were slamming the thing down to, like, basically 0, right? Is that when it crashes? Yeah, we slam it down to 0, which makes sense. Because the length, what is the length here? Yeah, the length is -9 billion. That's cool. I don't even know that's 9 billion. What the fuck is that? 9 trillion? 1, 2, 3 million, billion, trillion, whatever that is. 9 billion billion? I don't know. 9 million billion? I don't know how numbers work, bro. So that's obviously not exactly the number we want. Curious, why are we getting that? Is it wrapping around a 0 somehow? Don't know, man. Don't know. I don't know, man. Suffice to say, we're putting in invalid data, which is fun. Why are you going down to 0? You should be going into the range. Flint interval. Yeah, you should be going 5 to 100, you silly fucking goose. What are you doing? There's some fuckery afoot. So we got the min, the max. Oh, yeah, okay. That was a bit of a failure on my part. We got a plus the min plus the size times it by the alpha to give us the linear interpolated value. Should only go down to 5 now, sweet. Awesome. Alright, let's just ignore that, shall we? So we've got 4 octaves here. What, let's go up the threshold a bit. Alright, so we can see what's going on. What's persistence do? Yeah, it's really hard to visualize like this. Really just need to look at the actual height map and the texture somehow. Which we could do. Or we could just move on. That'd be cool. Could just straight up move on. Persistence is like how much the octaves afterwards affect the final output, I believe. Let's keep it at 0.5. We could literally put the octaves down to 1. And then... Okay, so that's crashing. Something to do with the box. Which is interesting. So we're getting gobbledygook in here. Why is that fucking up? Why doesn't it like the frequency? Why this one specifically? Does that happen every time? No idea what's happening there. very consistent. Just don't know what the fuck's going on. There's a lot of strange things going on here. Working on it, eh? Nice. That's what I'm trying to do as well, but I can't work on it until you work on it. So you gotta like speed things up a bit for me, Visual Studio. Or not, you know, that's okay too. You can just kind of hang there. That's alright. I guess. Cool. Alright. Yeah, let's just move on from that. Ignore it. I don't know what it's doing. Kind of whack. Like, I'm thinking that it's doing something fucky. Okay, that was a different one this time. That broke on the flint threshold as we were dragging it down. It might have something to do with, like, it feels like it's got something to do with the entity count, right? Which might be because I'm, like, it's reaching the max entities? I don't know. Is it? Why are you not crashing now, bro? Come on. Come on, man. Crash for me. Why you no crash? One job, bro. One job. Come on. Come on, man. Yay. What's happening? What is happening? Well, it is resetting the game at like a ridiculous rate. So if we have any kind of leak, then that's probably going to catch it out. But I think we're pretty chill. Access reading location. It's coming straight from here. Nothing's being dumped into the console. Yeah, I don't like this one a little bit. Me no likey. The nil entity should just be fine. Like, we'll just edit it if things mess up. So like, it shouldn't have anything to do with that. I don't think. Like, if we're hitting the max, then it's gonna just keep writing this into the nil entity silently and be all good. It might have something to do with really just don't know. Really have no idea. Like, it's being so touchy. It's amazing that every single frame I drag that, it's just every single frame it's resetting the world whenever I click and hold that down. It's kind of nuts that that's just, like, it's still just so responsive. Yeah, like, it's very consistent. We just keep getting that. Let's look into this. I don't even know where to begin. Let's look at the UI state. Game state dot UI state. Come on, bro, throw me a bone here. Oh, it's just called UI. Alright, what do we got? Build gen. Ooh, okay, so this is becoming garbage. That's a big number. Like a really big number. Could be what I think it is. Okay. If we sit here and we just do this for a long, long time, is it gonna crash? Alright, let's just pause this. We're gonna pause it here. We're at a lot. 5572. Like, now when we change that, do we increase? Yep, a fuckload. So what it's doing is it's I'm doing an oopsie and I'm basically caching this name. Like, this entire thing is being cached, and every time we change it, it caches a new name. And I'm not getting rid of the stale ones. So that's kind of what's happening. And eventually it's just gonna hit a max and like run into gobbledygook memory. Yeah. allocated. It's getting a lot. Like, it makes me think that we're reusing it. $416. What are we at now? $417. Yeah, okay. So that checks out. And then eventually, if we keep dragging this around, we're gonna hit the max. But I want to make this error more clear in the future. Why is this being nude with a temporary allocator? That's what I want to know. Oh, because we're only assuming it's going to last a frame? Right. Okay. Oh, that's the special case for without the name. We're not worrying about that. Find existing box. I'll slap a new one in the table. Yeah. So it's just silently growing. Like a little trooper trying to keep up. But at some point, it shits the bed. Like, I'd like to know what's causing it to shit the bed, out of curiosity. But I could just slap a limit on it, and then that's how we would catch the error. Like, I wonder, like, where it's failing. Like, clearly the parent is mangled at this point. I think. Yeah, the parent's fucking munted. What about the box? Right, so the box is just null. Which... Oh, it's not null. It's valid. It's valid memory. Everything's just null, which makes sense. Where is... what do we got? Yeah, the parent's just getting fucking mangled. At some point. I don't know why. Random things. Why is that happening? Let's check out the parent stack. What do we got here? Parent count 3. Yeah, it's pretty legit. It's just this is fucked. Like, I'm using Jai's inbuilt tables, hash tables. And I'm definitely doing something wrong. I mean, okay. So the issue here is that we're just getting way too much. I don't know what the failure point is. I want to find it. Like, we could put a hard limit on things, but I'd like to know why this is failing. Because I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Let's just start putting asserts in and see what happens. What are we at? 271. Nope. 201. So, what are the failure points here? Table add, box. We're kind of just assuming that the box is valid. It's probably not a good idea. Entry value. Yeah. Like, it'll just silently double. Or resize, I think. Which isn't really what we want either, but figure that out later. What else could be happening? It's like the parents becoming garbage, which is interesting. Which makes me think that we're actually just running out of memory. Would kind of make sense because these are pretty chunky. But you would expect it to happen elsewhere. I don't know. Like, we're doing a few things here. We're copying the string into the key and then we're adding it to the table. Like something's breaking down. Something's breaking down a funky town. Tell you what. How about we clear the stale boxes, right? Option 1. Option 2, we fix the hashing. Option 3, we set a max. And ideally all 3 for stability. So, how do we remove things from the table? Table, remove. Okay. So what I want to do here is basically assert that the box table count, box table dot count is less than max box count. Max box count reached. Like, we want this to be a fixed table. I don't want no fucking growth. Yeah, we'll just keep it like that, right? And we'll say it's like 1024 or something like that. So that'll just hit that assert whenever we get the chance to. Maybe? No. Why is that not hitting? Box table count. It's only getting a 717. Which is weird. It's still a lot, so. Okay. Is it consistently getting to 717 when it crashes? It is. Tell you what, we'll just just bump down to 512. Or even fucking 256. Like, we don't want to have that much widgets. It depends on like the complexity of whatever we're trying to do here, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So that's reaching the max box count. So to circumvent that, we just don't even want to be redoing these each time. Like we don't want to be hashing the number, because that's a bit silly. But we also want to be making good reuse of it. So like that should technically be allowed. And I have a to-do down here, prune all the stale boxes. So basically what we're going to do is run through our hierarchy. Our hierarchy? Or should we walk the table? Because we basically want to walk the table. ST table. It's called box table. I think we can just do that. And then go itch.lastGen touched. Takeaway 1 is less. Alright, so the last gen touched +1 is less than the current gen of the entity state. Build gen. Then remove table remove. Ooh, okay, it's not giving us the key, which is fine. Name. So that should do something. So I think we fixed the crash. Cool. And if we brake on this, then we should have like a reasonable number of boxes. Yeah, we've only got 43. Cool. So let's fix that. Ideally without compromising the caching of things, which I think it has. I mean, the animations and stuff are working, so I guess we'll find out with something more complicated like that. I don't know. Can't remember exactly what. Oh, okay, so that's not good. Still crashing. Great. Love it. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you. Alright, so it's got nothing to do with that then. It's got nothing to do with the box count. Just fucking strange. Ooh. How am I doing? We're removing it from the table, but we're leaking something. We're leaking the key. I wonder if the arena is getting maxed out. I wonder if that's what the issue is. I don't know. Do we have any kind of... No, yeah, we have an out of memory assert here. Also copying this onto the permanent allocator, which is a bit silly. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's happening here, which is kind of pissing me off. How would I debug this? How would I debug this? Okay. Something memory breakpoint. Because it's happening on the same thing every time, right? Which is kind of a bit of a blessing. So I wonder if... So it's giving us an access violation here, right? Which... is that? So I wonder why the parent... Like, I've never done a memory breakpoint before, so I don't really know how to do this. But there's a first time for everything, you know? Gotta learn how to debug more effectively. Apple Pay, come on. Give me something. Give me a crash. Hello? Crash, please. Thank you. Yeah, I've no idea how to do this. Is that the same memory as last time? I need like a fucking like a little scratch pad. Tis not. Okay, interesting. Thank you for nothing. How will I debug this? It's an evil bug. An evil, evil memory issue that wants me to suffer. Well, to be fair, I think that's just because we're on a different widget. So let's kind of like do this, do that with the Flint interval, and then we'll try and break it on the frequency. Okay, and then we'll take that and put that in there, and then we'll try and break it on the frequency again. Come on. You can do it, buddy. Come on. Fuck. Okay, not quite, not quite. Okay, are we the same address? Please be the same address. Fuck. That's annoying. Well, I guess it's like, it makes sense that it's not the same address because we're doing things in like random orders and all kinds of shit. Also, why would it be the same address from run to run? I guess that doesn't really make sense. Like, there's no guarantee, right, that it would be the same address. Okay, what do I do here? What's my next move? I'm leaning towards ignore it and move on. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what's really happening here? I'm getting the parent. Which... parent is basically shitting the bed. But like, why? Like, it's happening on where I would expect it to happen as well, because this is actually the problem widget. Like, when else are we making parents? Like this parent here, like the box. Is that? Yeah. So the problem is here. Like this guy is going tits up. I'd love to figure out a way of debugging this more effectively. Like, I just don't know how. That could be very handy for the future. At what point does this become garbage? I guess... Like, I'd like to be able to hit this and then just fucking step back up to see what happens, but, like, you can't really go backwards, right? Which is fucking annoying. If only this were like a snapshot. Like, Random.doc. But that's kind of impossible. I don't know. Need a different way of debugging things. Is there a way that I can predict this? Well, it's happening on the same one kind of each time, isn't it? Like the same number of widgets, boxes. I know, yeah, I know if that's the case. Look, I want to be able to fix that. I want to be able to figure out what's going wrong so I can avoid that in the future. But I'm going to have to take the L and move on. I can't think of anything. Can't think of anything else. Actually kind of want to just not do that as well. Keep it as it to do. Just because there's too much weird memory stuff happening right now. So to fix this, to fix the cause not the side effect. We go into the slider, and we change this to basically be we almost just want this part to be hashed. Yeet. I think what Ryan did with his is like he introduced a like a triple hash, and then that basically just only hashes everything afterwards. So see if it has a triple hash, which get, what do we have? Hash, nope. There's something in here where it's like we're figuring out what the name is. Text. Push text. String. Display string from box. Okay. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do here. So we'll see if it has this. And then if the index... so we'll say key. Is that getting reused? Ooh. That might be a problem. Fuck, that is not good. Maybe that's what's actually causing the crash. Huh. Huh. Temp key, make it very clear that this is temp. Okay. Then you key box, copy string. Okay. And then we'll go box dot names equal to new key. Right? And that'll get cached every single frame. Yeah. So that should be fine. Before we do that, we basically have to go new key. Say name is equal to the temp key, right? find that. So if the index is not equal to -1, then there's probably a better way of doing this. Find index from right. From left. Do it from the right. Yeah, it's not like it really matters. It finds the index. If the index is not equal to -1, then the name is equal to substring, or there's literally contains in here, which does the same thing. Contains find index from left. There's a lot of good string stuff in here. Ooh, slice, I think is what I'm after. I don't care what Go calls it. Alright, index and then count. Yeah, so that'll give us a slice into the string. So we'll go name is equal to slice of, so we've got the string, the index, and the count. String, which is that, the index, which is that, and then the count, which is the index take name.count, I think. Which should give us what we're after. We'll find out. And then we basically just copy that. Use that as the key. So we're going to change that to the triple hash. Fuck, this is fucking insane. Absolutely bonkers, mate. I don't like that these are duplicated. Like it. Could we perhaps do this? you mean not enough return values, silly goose? Val sig. That should do the same thing. Should just clamp it. Anyway, back to this. Interesting. Okay, we're slicing wrong, which is okay. Should be count take index. Other way around. My bad, my bad. Sorry. Basically need to be doing this before we do the search. So temp key, name. Okay, we slice into it and then we check that. Yeah, much better. Random offset LBL. So, is that what we're after here? I don't know. Yeah, random offset LBL. That's the hash. We basically need a +3 though, so index. You could say find string, find index from right. Temp key. Yeah, same result. And then we'll just go index +3. And that'll give us a nice clean name. Cool. So that's like what we're hashing, basically. Make this clear. For hashing everything past everything to the right of it. Without it for omitting the left-hand side. For displaying, for still hashes everything, but doesn't display, but can only renders the left-hand side. So there's like different things for different situations, you know? So that should be good now. So we got the name, cool. Okay. So that should basically be all good now. Should be all Gucci. Now we're not rendering that, which is a problemo. Because it's matching it and treating it as like a double bracket, I think. Like a double hash. That's a bit annoying. Bit annoying, bro. I need to alter this to go and contains, make sure it doesn't have that. Like, that'll fuck up eventually, but that'll fix this. No? Okay. If index is not equal to 0 and if index is not found. And contains this? No, it's still not working. Okay, okay. So if the index is found, it doesn't contain this. Contains. Why would that not, you think? Why would that not just work? Come on. Come on, man. I see the issue. We actually are now dumping the whole thing in. God, this is fucking irritating. Almost need to be passing the temporary key down. Just say name. Key. New key. Copy the key. Okay, that gets put in there. Cool. And we are still going to put name in here. We're also going to put the key in here as well, though. So we'll say box dot key is equal to new key. Okay. And then we'll say persistent data key. So we'll cache the key. This is per frame, so we got the name. So we've got the key and the pretty name, which is like the full thing. Okay. God, this is a mess. Oh. What can you do? Be a better programmer, I guess. Maybe one day. Okay, so now what I want to do. Find table pointer key. So we base it off the key instead of the name now. Okay. Now we've got the best of both worlds. Cool. Alright. We're hashing only this, but we're displaying the rest of this. While still keeping the end of the hash out, which is cool. Okay. Sick. Awesome, and that just works now. It was auto chop off the end for us. Okay. Deep breaths. Done. How funny would it be if I was on the wrong scene this whole time? That would be a classic. Alright, well, we're sorted now. That's no longer crashing. Beep boop, beep boop. Cool. What to do now? Well, I guess I'm just gonna perish. Nah. What do we got? Yeah, so that's the display part, and then this is the hash. Okay. I guess when we accidentally fuck up like that next time, and we forget that we're doing something like this, it'll just like reach the max really quickly, like that, and then be like, "Hey, max count reached," and then we're like, "Oh, fucked something up." So that should fix it next time. Which I guess should be fine. Since we're still not pruning the stuff. I'd still really like to figure out what that memory crash was, but we're gonna have to move on. Another day. Another day. Alright, so we got the debug visualizer done for visualizing how all of that works. So we can kind of just leave it at that, really. Like that's looking good enough. We've got a way of visualizing stuff in the future. So let's call it there for that entire flint spawning shenanigans. Alright. So that's going to be that. Now, real quick, I'd like to figure out why the fuck this is all munted. I think it's got something to do with recently I tried fixing a issue with the rendering, I was basically trying to put it onto the Texel and doing something weird here. I was probably doing it wrong. As you can see by this lovely comment, this is also scuffed, LOL. So for now, I'm just gonna comment this out, see if that was what actually fucked things up for me. Yeah, basically. I think the issue is here is I'm shifting it onto the Texel, but I'm not making sure that things are snapped to begin with. I don't know. Like, I kind of need to make sure that the vertices are snapped. No. What do I need to do here? Well, I just need to get the offset right for this, which it currently isn't. It's really the ground that's the issue. So let's go into the resources. Offset for the ground is 78, should be 77, right? No. Is that even doing anything? Yeah, it is. 76. Yeah, 76 is the lucky number. Okay. Now that's going to reintroduce the issue of the Texels being fucking munted, mate. But that's alright. That's alright. I can live with that for now. Maybe. Hopefully. Probably not. Should be fine. Just chuck it to doing there, mate. To do. Okay. Alright. Well, now that we've got the flint been put in with Pearl and Noise, we've got a way of doing that good, doing that real good. I think what I'm gonna do is just say show debug UI. Alright. So let's just fucking commit that. Good save point. Why are you not going into my special place? How dare you? How dare you? What is happening here? Alright, I changed the repo name. What do we got? Let's just call it mountain. Yeah. Alright. Got the config, main, render, res, resource, MUI, recycle. Good. Flint gen with Perlin, stability improvements for UI, slider widget. Better signal, UI signal logic. Signal logic. A lot of stuff. Alrighty. Alrighty, mate. That's looking good to me. What's next? Now that I've got the fucking resource generation done, finally got the flint back in the game, mate. Oh yeah. Ideally we could punch these guys and knock them down as well, but like get wood from the roots. In fact, we could just do that now. Why not? Why not, mate? Root. Great root. So, we pretty much just wanted to find some kind of drop for it, right? Which is really a universal thing. Just call it a prop of like dot drop item or loot item. Loot item, we'll call that for now. How am I going to define this? Because we could say, we could put it in the entity. I could already do it right here and say a en dot loot drops. May as well just do a looting system right now. Easy. Loot drops at 0 is equal to... I'd say it's probably like an item quantity thing. So we'll say item wood count 1. So we'll just put that in the entity. Loot drops will be a array of item amount. And we probably don't want any more than 4. Just call it wood drops. Cool. Now, you could literally just chuck a random in here, and then you can randomize it that way. So, nice and generic for each and every entity. Easy win. And then, basically, when we do the dot receive damage, right here. Generic death has prop override death. Doesn't have prop override death and the health is 0. Okay. Do loot drops. Yes. Yes. 4 loot drops. Spawn. Create ground item. It dot item. The count isn't a thing in here. I don't even know if I want item counts to begin with. Count is not a thing yet. We'll figure that out later. Item. Item dot. I need to change this whole position API as well. Oh. A lot of things to do, you know. There's always something to do. There's always a lot of things I could be doing better. There's always a lot of complaints flying around, you know. I think that's just the reality of things. There's always gonna be something to do. You just gotta pick your battles. So I'm thinking that'll just work. So when we destroy this, it'll crash. Cool. Right, because you gotta be careful with these loops. Interesting. I'd love to know why you're all of a sudden taking a whole year to build. That's really interesting. Intriguing. What is happening? Something don't smell right. Okay, we're back. That was fucking strange. What? Okay. So ignore that. Alright, so that's spawned. A little piece of wood. Can't really see it, but it's like on my feet there. This guy. So we kind of need to make it more clear that's dropping wood. Also just need to make the play space better because it blends way too much into the background. But that's alright. Like some nice little particle effects would be nice. And some sound. Sound would honestly just do it. Would do the trick. Particles would be good as well. It's like a little poof. So I'm not too sure how this is gonna go. Like, are we gonna keep the punch in? That's like just what you're gonna do to begin with. You just fucking punch it. I'm not really too sure. Anyway. That's the loot drops. Very difficult to implement, I know. Wow, it took hours and hours of my time. What now? Monster spawning. Oh yeah, let's get around to it. So I got the resource gen done. Finally. Next one. How on earth are we gonna get monsters in? Now, I wanna fucking get rid of that E tooltip. E. E. How dare you mock me like that? Be gone. So much less fucking annoying. Beautiful. To do better tooltip tutorial thing. Alright. Probably want to give it like a little bit of movement, hey? Item drop. It's called drops. Alright. I'd say we just fucking add a little bit of height to it. To give it some movement. There you go. A little less height. At the end of the day, this is just a polish thing. Yeah, there we go. That feels decent. So at least a little bit of movement, so you know that something spawned in. Good enough now. Good enough of an indicator. Monsters. So, I did a day-night cycle the other day. You can see the moon going on in the background. Cycling through. So the general idea is you spawn in, collect some resources, craft stuff. Actually, once you pick up a piece of flint and also a piece of wood, you unlock the recipes for this stuff. So then we, place down a flint axe, craft the flint axe. I just got like sheet mode on, so it'll just fucking craft that. I was probably very loud, apologies. Everything is so scuffed right now. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Man, I haven't done that in so long. Okay. Glad it's working, you know. What do we got? Let me pin that. Nope, not pin to start. Pin to quick access. Let's put you up here. Alright, what do we got? Tree third.png not found. What a travesty. Yeah, why are you not found, brother? My brother in Christ? A little bit strange. Go off. You should be in here. It's not. Did I just accidentally delete it one day? Okay. I don't even know where it is. It's just disappeared. It's gone missing. How the fuck am I gonna get that back? Go dumpster diving, I guess. Dumpster diving through the Git repo. Let's go. Long log. Alright, let's look at the history. Let's go back to here. Actually just not here. What? I don't think it's ever been here, to be honest, because it's sliced into this. Yeah, okay. That's why. It's never actually existed, because in the old resource system, I was basically slicing into this texture. I was slicing like that, but the new resource system, we're strong independent files now, so gotta do that. Was it tree log third? What was it called? Tree third. Jesus, where am I? There we go. Good tree. Good tree. Now that should be fine. What I want to do is, well, I was gonna fucking show off the building, but I can wait. What we're gonna do is basically just have a debug thing in here saying debug unlock recipes, which will just unlock all of them right off the bat for debugging. Although I don't even know where they are. It's been a while. Crocodile? Quest. Building. Something to do with crafting. Getting warmer. Here we go. Blueprints. So they're basically all blueprints. There we go. So, flint axe, put you down. Fuck, that's loud, cunt. Jesus. My eardrums. How dare you? Got a keyring protection clamp in here. Do we have a master volume? Master vol, right here. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Let's just fucking put you down to 0.4, shall we? Boop. Yay! Alright, so there. Yeah, then you can chop down the tree, pick up the logs, and use them in the recipe for this guy. Build a wall, and then the gobby will spawn at nighttime. You gotta protect yourself from gobby, right? Need a way of flipping this around. I also make a sword. All the fucking I don't have the pivot point set still for the hand. That's alright. Do that later. Yeah. So, gobby will attack wall. And wreak havoc. So how are we gonna do the monster spawning? I guess when it comes to nighttime, like, I don't know. I kind of want to split it up into so you got the walls here, right? This is you chilling. Even without the walls, doesn't really matter. I'm thinking like we could just literally pull Minecraft and just spawn mobs in around, right? And by default, they're not going to do anything to these walls. But unless you walk in range of them and then they aggro. Now, when you run behind the wall, they're going to run up to the walls and try and knock it down, right? So it's more of like a, if they see you, then they attack. So if you're outside the walls during nighttime, then you're kind of fucked. Unless you're, you know, trying to go mob hunt. And then every, like, X amount of days, we get a full moon. Or a blood moon, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And then they come in waves. Like, they actively just attack, and you've got to defend the place. I think that's going to be a good balance of, like, chill to not chill, right? So you're trying to, like, your goal here is to build up defenses for the blood moon. So not every single night is a complete clusterfuck of you getting absolutely tickled. Like, you can kind of choose to stay in the walls and chill. And, like, maybe only occasionally mobs will come and attack it if you aggro them, right? But with the Blood Moon, we're just actually going to have waves. So I think that's going to be fun. Well, like, there's only one way to find out. Put it in, test it. This will be fun. This is literally going to be, like, the first... Like, we're getting very, very close to being able to play test this. Which is going to be very fun. So I think the first play is just create some kind of spawning logic. So let's get cracking. I wonder. Give me a sec. Oh no! I didn't have my replay buffer going. That's a shame. Oh well. Live and you learn. Alright. Basically just wanna get some cheeky monster spawning done, you know? to do. Spawn monster. How are we gonna do this? Pretty much like have like a mob count. We'll call them mobs. We'll go with the Minecraft lingo. Maybe not, because mobs include animals as well. So we'll call them. Yeah, I'll just say mon count. Mon. Enemy count. I'll just go monster count. So we'll have like that, and it's never going to exceed like a certain amount, right? We're just gonna have to fuck around with this a bit. I'm thinking like, as soon as night hits, what do we do? How do we want to like spawn them in? I'd say like just outside the periphery of the player. We just donk them in, spawn them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Come on, brain. Think. Go. Every single frame, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna like just make sure it's always at the count? Are we every second basically just gonna be like, yo, spawn some dudes in? Yeah, why not? Like every second, 50% chance of spawning a mob just outside the player's range, something like that, up to max. That'll be a simple enough algorithm for now. We gotta like space them out as well. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of want to give them like an idle, like walking around, wandering. We'll figure that out with the AI later on. Yeah, that should be good enough for now. I don't see why not. Alright, I'm gonna have a little break and then we'll get back to it. Alright, we're back. We back. Let's get it. Monster spawning, eh? Alright, alright. Keep it simple for now. You know what I want to do? I want to do something like if tick frequency tick on frequency, and then we pass in the current tick, right? Tick count. So I would say, and we'll have it in seconds. So every 100 milliseconds, we're going to tick this, right? And the way I'm going to do that is the tick count just gets increased every single time we tick up. So let's chuck this in the recycle. The recycling bin, mate. Right underneath the timers or something. tick on frequency. So we'll take in the tick count, which will be U64, I guess. And we'll take in the frequency in seconds. And we will return a boolean. So we basically go like tick count, percent with the frequency in seconds. So if this is 1, then we'll go whatever the refresh rate is, times it by the frequency in seconds. I'll cast that to a int, I'd say. That should be good. Gotta expand this out. So the refresh rate will just come from the state, I think. In fact, we can also just get the tick count that way. These little backtick things are really handy. Like, you expand it out into the macro, and the backtick like goes, yo, in this scope out here, let's see if we've got stuff. Should be pretty cool. Let's give that a wrap. There we go. I also want to make sure the volume's all good. I know on the last one it was a bit fucked. I think this level's good. It might even be too quiet this time, but we'll see how we go. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Alright. So, arrow expanding frequency. Tick count is not a member of game. Okay. What is a member of game then? What we got? It's in app state, I'd say? No. Frame count, not tick count. And we got refresh rate, which is a float. Okay. Word. I mean, we could cast this to U64. May as well. Alright, so if this entire thing is equal to 0, then that should tick every whatever we give. It should be nice and handy. Nice and handy dandy. How do we doodle it? So this should tick every 100 milliseconds. Look. Let's do a more measurable thing. Say like every 5 seconds? No, 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that was good to me, bro. That was good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll chill. So we'll just say like every 100 milliseconds, just to speed things up a bit, we're gonna give like percentage chance to spawn in monsters. So we'll say fucking if it's probably a world thing. Actually, in fact, I almost want to base the tick frequency off of the world tick. So that kind of makes more sense, right? So how are we gonna do that? World. What do we got? We should have like a day cycle. What else we got? We should have like a time elapsed. Time elapsed. Make this be like a F64. I swear I had this before. I'm probably thinking of a different project. Might be in the game actually. No. Okay. So we'll just fucking add that right here. World time elapsed plus equal a delta t. Done deal. F64 is undeclared because it's float 64. Okay, so now tick on. So we'll distinguish these. That's tick on app frequency. We'll go tick on world frequency. Which do pretty much the same thing, but slightly different. In fact, it's probably going to be something like... how am I going to do this? Fmod. Fmod the time elapsed with the frequency in seconds, which, like, we could, no, that's fucking, it's not precise, like, it's kind of impossible for us to get a single thing out of this. That's annoying. Floating point. Fucking hate it. All my homies hate floating point comparisons. Fuck. What do I do? What do I do? You know what? I'm just gonna make it the app frequency for now. Do-do. This is hard. Sad face. So we'll just say tick on app frequency, just to make things easier for now. Like we could accumulate the ticks in the world. Then you could like exploit it by changing the frame rate. I don't know, man. Don't know, man. I don't know. Moving on. We're basically gonna do like some stuff. Yeah. Some stuff. Let's do some stuff. Monster stuff. Monster count. Max. Put this in the config. Max monster count. 4. A whole 4 of them. So if the monster count is less than max monster count, then we're gonna go ahead and just fucking dump them in, mate. Just gonna go ahead and dump them in, mate. We'll do a percent chance. So like 50% chance of it happening. And then we're just gonna go ahead and spawn it in. I need to figure out like a kind of simple algorithm of spawning them in. Create Gobby. Create Gobby. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of want to take into account the existing monsters, but for now, we're just gonna literally go like 300 times I want another helper, which is like random sign. So it'll just give us a random little sign times random get and get sent to, give it a 0. Then if x from 2 equals 0, then -1, else 1. So that'll give us a cheeky little random flippy bobby. To use. Sag. Just want the X position. Now, every 2 seconds, we've got to up the monster count as well. That shouldn't be baked. That shouldn't be a thing. So we should just say like, get monster count. Right? Because we don't want to be worrying about caching that. Or maintaining that state. It'd be a fucking nightmare. And we need to do something about that. So I'm gonna say get monster count. For now, it's just gonna be like a very simple thing. We're just gonna loop over all of the entities. If and dot, or say has prop and dot props dot enemy. I'll say monster. count. Also go is valid. Sweet, and then we return the count. We almost want to generalize this into get entity count with prop. If we see performance problems, then we'll fix it. If not, we will not. Get entity count with prop. Cool. This is actually what I was going to do the other day, but I never got around to doing it. What do you mean it don't match any of the possible overloads? I should probably make this a pointer. Alright, so change that, and then we go monster, and then we go into the props, and we change enemy to monster. Here we go. Now, that should be alright, I guess. We'll see. Alright. Gobby 1 has spawned. Gobby 2 has spawned. They're just gonna spawn like right fucking on top of each other. Be absolute menaces. I just got killed in one hit because there's two of them, but their sprites are identical. Precision. Okay. So let's fix that with a bit of randomness, shall we? So add a little bit of random. So negative 100 to positive 100. It's taking 2 seconds. Alright, so let's make it just take 200 milliseconds. And they should just pop straight up. Yeah, look at that. So now there's fucking monsters chilling around, mate. Look at that. I can just fucking whack them. Come here, mate. Well, I'm fucked. Sweet. So the next thing I kind of want to do is make it monster spawning temp stuff. Just keep it like that. Basically wanted to happen only nighttime, but I'll leave that for later. I kind of want to do some rough AI for him. Like it's already got the attacking AI, like the targeting and whatnot. I just want to do some idle to make it like wander around a bit and potentially like run into you. Yeah. Give him a little bit of wandering, mate. A little bit of wandering. I'm pretty happy with how the flint turned out. Kind of want them to be alive as well. Like, you gotta check that they're not alive. You could special case that with discount dead. Mess, but it'll do the trick. En dot. Could we just make it have a prop that says that it's dead? Tell you what. That's probably better than doing this, I'd say. Changes to has props. Apparently not a thing. Has prop. This has any props. There has all props. Ah, nah, it's just a fucking pain in the ass. So it has prop. Skip dead. And in dot state is not equal to dead. Let's say something like that. I don't like it being in the state. Gonna kind of need that. This could be dying, you know, which is like the same thing. So we could also go and doesn't have prop. Dead. Tell you what, we'll just get rid of that skip dead, just in case. I mean, like, we're never gonna need it, so I just want this to be the default. Okay, so let's add dead to the props. Dead. Alright. Like, it's in the state, but we don't want to be relying on that. So now when we actually do make them commit die, I don't know. Because when you're dead, you're dead. So we don't really need to have it as a prop. It's more of a state thing. It's just easier that way. It's not equal to dead. Okay, so now when we kill them, they should keep spawning back. Or not. That begs to differ. That begs the question. Are they really dead? Dun dun dun! Hup. I would say no. Let's go to the Gobby. So much commented code. Gotta love it. Oh, here we go. We set it to dying, but we never set it to dead. Is dead. That's ominous. Set. Now you are dead. Hello? Yeah, there we go. There's a little fucking camp of them. Oh, I'm fucked, bro. Oh no, bro. Not the gobbies. They're just fucking spawning in. Okay, cool. We want to also grab the player pause. Add that as well. So it's to either side of the player. That way when we come out here, they'll continue spawning around, not in front. Brutal. Okay. Getting there, getting there. The next step is... drinking water. That's the next step. Well, kind of want to have them wander around, right? So let's do that. I'm like in the middle of trying to figure out how the hell to do AI. it's a lot of just fucking state wrangling, you know? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably gonna be, I'm gonna be taking it to the next level when I do the skeleton, which will be the next mob. And then I'll try and figure out if I can abstract any of this. But yeah, for now, not gonna prematurely figure shit out, just gonna keep writing it out, see what happens. Like, I feel like this is a decent way of handling state. I don't know. Seems readable, you know? Seems manageable. Alright, well let's do the wandering. Like, it's pretty scuffed, like we've got like is aggro in here, you know. It's not ideal. Like right now the state is pretty much tied to the sprites. Almost. Not quite. I tried briefly separating the state out into like the physical state that it's in, like walking, running, attacking, and like the brain state of like what it was thinking. But there was like way too much overlap in that still, so I don't know, it's weird. I guess we'll really push on the system by making this roaming functionality. Like, it's starting to poke in with this aggro. Because like, if it isn't aggro, then we kind of just want it to wander around, right? Enter aggro, exit aggro. Select target is aggro. Okay. Wander around. How are we gonna do that? Well, it's kind of like a, if I think about it from how I was doing behavior in Unreal, it's kind of like you have a tree of things to do. And just go, move to random location, wait X seconds, move to another random location, ... rinse and repeat, right? Just sitting down on my couch. I think that's gonna be easy enough, right? Like I said, I'm just gonna keep cracking my head against this until something nice shows up, some kind of nice scalable system shows up that I can use for all the AI in the game. Kind of like what I did with the resources. Like, eventually you get enough of these like little things, like for example this gobby, and then I'm about to do the skeleton. Like, you get enough of what everything looks like, and then you can look at what you already have and then try and figure out how to make it better, instead of like me just doing the gobby and trying to figure it out just from here, because I don't have all the constraints in place. I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. So I'll just be prematurely solving it, and then when I do go to implement the skeleton, I'll be like, oh, this doesn't fit. And then I just have to fucking redo the whole thing. I think that's a pretty key lesson I've learned recently. I gotta stop myself from fucking hold myself back from doing it. It's kind of becoming ingrained now, slowly. Alright, so wander around. What do we want to do here? Simplest possible thing. I guess pick a target, pick a location to wander to, and then wait X amount of seconds, pick another location, and then wait, pick another location, wait, pick another location, wait. I don't know how I'm going to do the wait, but let's just pick a location. Move lock. Vector 2. Just say that it's like a, put it up in the sky. In fact, it's probably just a float, right? Random, get within range. Oh, wander, range. Something like 50. And we don't want to be calling that every frame. We want to cache that straight away. So this is kind of where we're heading into the territory of we need to break out the state, because aggro, wandering, waiting. Like those are three kind of functions I'm thinking of right now. 3 states. And they don't fit into the current goblin state of like attacking, walking, idling. Like there's dissonance there. So I think it makes sense to kind of break this out into a whole new kind of state vibe. Like a whole new state buffer. Like a brain state or whatever. AI state. If I do that, just double check that that's actually what I want to do. Pretty much is, because we've already got one right here, right? Just the is aggro. So we may as well. Let's do it. AI state. Chuck it in here, AI state. So we got nil, waiting, aggro, wandering. So we got those. So these will kind of be like the tasks in Unreal, I guess. What did I swear I had a better name for it than AI state. Behavior state. So we could reuse it for the player. I don't know why we need to use it for the player, since we are the behavior state. Hardest part of programming, naming things. AI state's just kind of annoying to spell. Too many caps, bro. AI state. It's good enough now. We'll just use that. We will use that. Oh yeah. Alright. So now, time for the plumbing around the entities. So I've got a pretty big old fucking pattern for state changes. Like what I basically do is every time we change state, I have a state buffer, and it's like, is this an exit? Is this an enter? What was the previous state? What's the frame count, the time, all that kind of stuff. That way you can like look back and see what was what for more complicated situations, and also, so I can pull off stuff like this, is state entry. Like this. So I can figure out, alright, are we entering this state? Are we exiting the state? And then just do all the logic in line like this. It reads pretty well. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to duplicate that. Or, yeah, I'm gonna have to duplicate that. So, set state. Kind of need a generalized pattern here. So we kind of don't. Just don't want to write it again, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Still not 100% happy about how this turned out. It's just, it feels wrong, you know? It's just got that twang of complexity in it. I don't like that taste. We pop a squat. And then muse on this for a little. These fucking chords are annoying. Holy shit. Just getting fucking tangled. There we go. Alright. State. Because the issue I was running into earlier was if I didn't have like the buffer of the history, if we like change the state to 1, and then the same freight, we change the state again, we lose the exit event on the first one, and it's just a whole thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. Or there's just a better way of doing state. Like, I got into coroutines a while back. Those were mostly a dead end. Yeah. IDK, bro. IDK. Alright, I'm gonna try out something new with this one. See if this is better than what I had earlier. I did this a while back when I was making a game in Unity, of all things, of all places. And I came up with this kind of state system that I'm about to bang out right now. And it seemed to work pretty well. I don't know. We'll see. Now basically the general idea is basically just disallow us changing multiple states at once to decrease complexity, which kind of sounds fine now that I'm thinking about it, especially for this. So instead of having we have the AI state, right? That's like our current state. And we also have like entering. New AI state. Something like that. And then we always flick over at the desired location. So could we really set this? Just set this manually. Like there wouldn't need to be any setters or anything. We'll just say, hey, new AI state. Let's put it down. Current. We'll change this to current just to make sure we don't fuck things up. Or should we change it to previous? Let's also change it to old. And we'll go current and new. Might change those names later though. So the general idea is we what do we do? So yeah, this is the whole aggro thing, so we can move this over real quick. I'm thinking we do something like new AI state. So we basically leave the old state, and we go if my state is not equal to a current AI state, there's a new state in town. Bum bum bum. So we could should go like exiting state. So we cache the exiting state, and then we override it. And now, what do we do? Ooh, we probably want like an entering state as well. Entering state. So if these change, then it's like, okay, we're at a junction. We're at it like a fucking state change. So we populate these bad boys. Exiting is equal to current. Current is equal to new. Entering is equal to n dot AI state. Yeah, should be fine. Alright, so now let's rewrite the old system in the image of this. So if I guess we could say the current state there's like a bunch of different ways of programming this, which I guess is what's kind of fun about it. It's not real one perfect way. Just a bunch of ways of different trade-offs. Just type it out and see what happens. Okay, if the player isn't dead, and we're just doing all this, right? Now that's kind of the thing. Like, this is us. This is all the prerequisites for entering the aggro state. So then we'd go en dot new AI state is equal to aggro. But then that wouldn't come around till the next frame, right? So we kind of want to have this like above here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. How am I handling all this? So basically go like if there is a specific state, and then we do like the entry and the exits in here, which could also work. I don't know. I keep fucking cracking my head against this, and I guess it's just gonna need to keep on being cracked. I also might be looking at this wrong. Like, we probably want to enter this from the idle state. Or the nil. No, probably not nil. I think we'll keep nil as invalid. So, the current state is idle. We want the aggro to happen at pretty much all times. Like as soon as you enter the range, it's like bang, aggro. So it doesn't really matter if it's idle. It's like, we want this, right? So if we're not already in the aggro, enter the aggro. And this is our condition for leaving the aggro. And this is our actual aggro. So yeah. I don't know. So we will return to idle. Here. I don't think that's really any helping this mess, but we'll figure it out bit by bit. Oh, yeah. Okay. So next up, we've got the wandering state. Wander. I kind of want to make it move to a target, right? So fucking, so many moving parts. Like, I know there's something here. I know there's some ideal state thing here. It's teasing me. I can write it out. Alright, so if we're in the wandering state, and we don't already have a location, this is kind of where you want to put this down below here and say if entering state is equal to wandering. So this will only get called once. Consolidate this later, but for now, it's annoying. Why is AI/state so much of a clusterfuck? I guess write it out and then figure out how to refactor it. Alright, so what do I want to do here? So yeah, once we enter the wandering state, we basically want to pick a target. So this is the target. So now we say A. Move there. Yeah. How are we going to do that? Well, if we're in the walking, and it has a target. It's annoying because like the attacking is now baked into this. Oh god, such a clusterfuck. Such a clusterfuck. Right. The idea of wandering. Yeah, this is just like me imposing arbitrary category. That's what's happening right now. 'Cause it's not really wandering, it's like we're in the idle state. What do we do now? Do we wait 2 seconds or do we pick a place to move? As soon as we pick a place to move, we're in the walking and we're moving now. But in the background, it's like, okay, do we have an actual target? Are we aggroed to a target? Okay, so I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know, dude. I think my problem is coming from trying to consolidate the aggro moving towards the player and the walking towards a target position. I'm gonna go take a walk. I need a break. Alright, man. I'm back. And I figured out what to do. Maybe. No promises. We'll see. Like I said before I left, I've been thinking about this wrong. I'm gonna split it into 2 states, like target to position and target to player. Which I can do by doing what exactly? Like, I was thinking a little bit about the AI state thing. Like, it's kind of cringe, though, you know? Just keep using the state. Like, yes, I kind of need to know if it's aggro, but at the same time, I don't. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, why would I need extra state? And it's just in here. Like it's a finite state machine. It should only be 1 state at a time. Let's not overcomplicate things. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna put a little note here for future me when I think it's a fucking great idea to go through this again. Because I literally remember I did this last time and I came to the exact same conclusion. Don't make a new AI state, you silly fucking goose. It's a finite state machine for a reason. Just break it out into another state / behavior or store more data. So the next thing is we want to do like, now we got the walk here. Like it's just kind of like a generic walk, you know. We kind of want the target to player. So instead of walk, we go target to player, which will happen to have a walk. It's just like, I'm gonna use this kind of like as a mega state. Like, yes, there will be stuff in here, but it's more like I'm just gonna use it however I need it, right? So we could say walk to target, or walk to position. Like, I think that's really what I'm after here, instead of the aggro. So we say if state is equal to walk to target, this is kind of like selecting the target, right? Do walk to target, which is kind of like down here. I got some walk stuff down here, bro. It's big mess, big old mess, big old fucking dumpster fire. I fucking hate it, mate. I hate it so much. God. Select target. Let's put that here, I guess. Target. Really, like, this just belongs outside. I don't know, dude. There's so much, like, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. Select target. If it no longer has a target, then be like, hey, fuck you out of here. Fuck you out of here. Kind of like using the nil as the idle, which is kind of cringe. this just feels wrong. Like, so wrong. Alright, so if we're in the idle, we're gonna figure out, alright, what are we doing? Alright, what are we doing here, you know? At the end of the day, what are we doing? Entity sprite, idle, cool. So we basically say if we're in the range, if we're in the aggro range, state. No, that's not what I'm after. Say if the player's dead and we're within range of him, then let's walk to him. Alright. Walk to target. Should be fun. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Idle decisions. Okay. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wander. Just gonna wander around, mate. Yeah. These things will really come into their own when I do this for the skeleton as well. Because then we'll figure out what's what. I mean, maybe. Like, we'll take a step in the right direction, you know. Because this is, yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep fucking... Just gotta keep on keeping on. So we're getting a random move location here. I'm gonna say we move this into here. Scuff. Like I was thinking a bit about how Unreal does this, and it's through the behavior tree. That's like complicated as fuck, and I feel like it's kind of overkill for what we're doing here. But like, maybe my issue is I'm trying to think too much like a behavior tree and not like state machine, which is what I'm doing here. I don't know. I don't know, man. Set state in position. Okay. En dot move position. Target position. Right. We'll get rid of this aggro shit. And the state stuff. Okay. Decisions. Cool. Alright, so we got the target position. And now if we're doing the whole walk to target thing. Confusing name. Confusing name for the target. And we got position. Walk position. I don't know, man. Like, after I do this and verify that it works, then we'll have a look at what's what. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make it sloppy. Slop. Fuck is it? Why is that being said after that? I don't get that. Interesting. Weird. Very weird. I don't like how that's duplicated, but who cares, keep moving, keep moving. Boop. Boop. What? Nope. This is so fucked. Oh, this is so fucked. I hate programming. Wanda. Set state. Alright, we're not setting them out as idle to begin with, so... I'd say we go and make it the default. Eh? Eh? Anyone? Eh? Why not? Okay, they're running around. That's good news. They're straight up running. This man's strafing. Look at him go. He's zooming. Oh, he found me. He found me and he's all kinds of fucked. I hate this so much. Oh no, this is disgusting. I need to figure out how to manage AI better. What if I ask my good friend, my great good friend ChatGPT. Fucking losing my mind. Having a fucking stroke, bro. Oh god. Yeah, so when I was on my walk, I whipped out my phone and I downloaded and I don't know, man. Behavior tree, right? Could be a thing, but like. State machine. Why don't we make some neural networks real quick? Rule-based systems. Finite state machines. What is a rule-based system? Okay. What if we briefly tried to ditch the entire state idea? I don't know. It's just one of those things where, from where I'm standing right now, I have no idea what this is gonna look like, and the only way I'm gonna get to where I want to go, and be happy with everything that I've got here, is just by typing. And eventually getting good, you know. That's really all there is to it. I would like some AI programming for video games. Simple. There we go. GameDev.net. Trusty. Sense, think, act cycle. Sense. The agent detects or is told about things in their environment that influence their behavior. Okay. Think. The agent makes a decision about what to do in response, considers what specific blah 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 blah. Act. Performs the action, put the previous decision into motion, starts moving along the path towards the enemy, towards the enemy, etc. Second must repeat data. Yep. Okay. We will monopolize CPU usage. Ways are efficient, a lot of game design is challenging human-like behaviors. Basic decision making. Very simple game like Pong. Decision trees. Finite state machines. Hierarchical state machines. Behavior trees. This is a pretty in-depth look at everything. Why the fuck is such a massive write-up? Wow. What? That's nuts. Yeah, so I could just be like slicing into the categories wrong, like the state wrong, which is a very real possibility. AI, hey? My arch nemesis. If only ChatGPT could play the game. Play the AI for me. Thank you, ChatGPT. Thank you for your help. Alright, I've officially scraped the bottom of the barrel of my fucking brain cells. So we're gonna call it there for the day. I'm gonna come back and refactor this and attack from a different angle. and I'll do it with the skeleton. So we'll start from scratch and we'll do skeleton AI. And try and think of a better way of doing it, because this, nah, too complicated. Too complicated to whack. El cringe. You know, like. Righty, well, see you boys when I see ya. Peace.